Well, you've reached the last week of school law. And in the last week, we talk about Ohio laws. Ohio, you've learned throughout the course that in addition to federal law, and education is a function of the states, really, though the federal government has a role in it. Uh, it's supposed to be small, but actually it's larger than we want it to be sometimes. But as far as, if you think about it for a minute, with the United States having 50 states, one district, and an odd number of territories, there's quite a few educational law things that go on. But this week we're going to focus in on Ohio because Ohio is obviously the state that Malone University is in. Uh, if you are taking this class from out of state, there's certainly going to be some differences. For example, in Virginia, where I'm from, school boards do not tax. You might find that shocking, but school boards do not tax. And districts are generally divided up by counties, cities, and then two towns. Uh, uh, that's a holdover from the segregation era. But then in Ohio, there are over 800 school districts, uh, and let's say Canton City, which is where Malone University is, there are three, possibly four school districts that are within the city limits. So it's kind of interesting how that works. So, and then in Stark County, there are 22 school districts and one school district that is the vocational center. That's technically a school district. So it, it can be quite different. Ohio's system is very similar to several school districts in the Midwest and how they were set up with townships and the like. And of course, Pennsylvania's set up in townships as well. So it is different. In southern states, you'll find that school districts are set up in a lot of different ways. Attendance laws are different. You'll find that laws of everything are different. There are 50 different ways of getting a teacher license. When I uh, transferred my license from Virginia to Ohio as a school superintendent, yes, I am certified as a school superintendent. You will. I had to retake the test. I had to take another test because they wouldn't accept the test requirements that I took years ago. So even though my experience, I had been a licensed person in Virginia for 30 years, and then all of a sudden anyway. You look at attendance law, you look at a lot of other laws, and we're going to look at those this week. I have given you a very practical guide, and that was part of the reading assignment in week 6, but in week 7 we're going to continue to discuss that, and you're going to have a case problem for this particular thing. I have given you what I can as a practical guide for law. A lot of people will say, well, should you teach a lot of things dealing with what happens if you look at the Ohio Revised Code. You can consult the Ohio Revised Code, but it's written in legalese. I've tried to make this particular course practical for a school principal, even a teacher. I wish we did have a course for teachers in school law. It certainly is amazing when you look at teachers, well, we should do this and we should do that. Well, it's the law, and you can't, teachers, principals can't change law. That's for legislators. But you can advocate for changes in law. And I encourage you to do that. I encourage a lot of people to do that. So God bless you. I appreciate you taking the school law course. And if you have questions, certainly email me if you have questions about anything, even outside of this course dealing with school law. I don't give legal advice. I'm not a lawyer, thank goodness. And I just thank you for what you do in your service in education, and look forward to having you again. And God bless you.